My name is Nicholas DiDesidero. I was a MM3 on the USS William R. Rush. I became involved with the Navy because at the time the Vietnam War was at its heights, and I was going to be drafted soon. So I had received a bunch of letters from different services, and I always wanted to go into the Navy. So I picked the Navy, and I signed up. And about 2 or 3 weeks before I got into the Navy, I got my draft notice. I was drafted, but I called up the chief who enlisted me, and he told me, "Don't worry about it; they'll take care of it," and which they did. Well, my civilian life was a little wild at that time. So, I knew I had to go into the service. Like I said, I always wanted to go into the Navy, so I had left home, and I was close to my parents. And just went in. It was a different experience. I'm not used to all these rules and regulations and everything. I mean, I had certain rules at home too. My parents were not. They always watched out for me and my brothers, and so I had to get used to trying to get in line and getting into this Navy life, different type of life I was going into. Boot camp was in Great Lakes up in Chicago. My biggest memory was being grounded in New York Airport for about 10 hours before we got there. And when we finally got there, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. They got us up about 6. We laid down on the floor. They gave us blankets, laid down on the floor. We got up about 6. And the guys that I met were mostly New Yorkers, and we kind of bonded. And never forget, the next day we went to get our haircuts. And after everybody got their haircut, nobody knew who was who. Nobody looked the same. But it was kind of funny. It was a funny thing. Did a little shooting and a lot of training using that weapon. It was a .30 caliber rifle, but a 9mm, I believe. And that's the only training with any weapons I had. It wasn't really training. We were mostly from New York, so most of us were from New York. There was, I don't think there was many people from many other parts of the country at that time in that battalion. So, well, after that, I got assigned to the William R. Rush,